Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided that I'm gonna do a story time because it's still actively going on. So I just felt like I might as well just share it and just talk about it because it's just something that I just feel like it was so dumb. And I'm not the best storyteller where I feel like it's gonna be super crazy or this, that, and the third, because to me it's really dumb as fuck. So I moved to Florida about 3 years ago, right? I was very insecure about, let me fix this because you know this is synthetic. I was very nervous about this move. Like, I never moved out of my old crib. Like, I've only lived at one place before. So for me, I was never expecting to like leave Canarsie. I was never expecting to leave my neighborhood. I worked regular jobs. I was never one of these females that was out in the clubs all the time because I had a boyfriend. And that's how I was. Like, I always had a boyfriend. I was always used to, like, being with my nigga. Like, that's something I love to do. Like, if I had a boyfriend, I'm with my man all the time. If I have a job, like, of course I'm not putting my nigga before my job. But I'm always with my boyfriend. Like, we're best friends. So, I left. Well, I got dumped because he didn't want to move down here. So, I got left. He came down here, realized that he was not going to move down here. And he just, basically just skated on me. So we would have made 3 years, but it didn't go out that way. And I just, I was so sad over that. And what's so funny is, like, I am one of them females because he had cheated on me. I cheated back, but I still went back to him because I was like, you know what? After doing all that to no avail, I still felt like it was more room for me to try with him and this, that, and the third. I was just more comfortable with that situation. And I felt like the person that I cheated on him with, like, I'm not going to lie. So I had my boyfriend. We was cool. We was best friends. I was so happy in the beginning, and then it started being troubling for me because now I'm beefing with my friends. I'm beefing with my best friends. They feel like I'm being fake. They feel like I'm taking my boyfriend at the time away from them, or I'm acting like I don't want to hang out with them. And it wasn't even that. It's just like, in order for a relationship to grow, you have to spend more time by yourself with your significant other. So it's not about that. And maybe the only thing that they are right about is balancing your friendship and your relationship. Because when you make a man your world and then y'all don't work out no more, you can't just always go back to your friends after y'all break up. Because now it's like, do they not have feelings? So I had to learn that. But there's other reasons that I digress why we're not friends anymore, which is fine because, people do outgrow each other. I never replaced my friends or, I don't really speak bad on them unless I had a valid reason, because it doesn't bring me anything talking about somebody for no fucking reason. Yeah. So back to what I was saying, like, it doesn't serve me no purpose to talk about nobody for no reason. So, like, I wasn't really speaking to my friends prior to me moving here. So when I did move, I didn't even tell my other best friend that I moved. So I just, like, got on a plane, left my boyfriend's house, came to Florida, and we went to my cousin's house. I had a fallout with my cousin because I just didn't like her energy. Like, I felt like she wasn't really trying to get to know me. And when I first walked on her crib, she's looking at me up and down. So I just felt like, I just got off the plane. My cat threw up on me. I'm thinking we supposed to go straight to a telly. Like, why am I sitting up here around somebody I don't know? And I spoke to her one time on the phone prior to me moving down here. So her energy was off. She pissed me off. My father gave me cash talking about go back to New York and all this other stuff. But I knew for a fact I'm not going back to New York. So I just found the motel. That was my first time staying in a motel for real, because I don't do stuff like that. So, of course, I went swimming. I was having mad fun. But then somebody went through my suitcase. And then I got locked out of my hotel room. So I had to wait until I came back, got the key card and all that. I was just having fun. Like, that's really what it was. Because I'm from Brooklyn. Like, you don't really, these type of things that's in Florida, like what they do, I'm not used to that. So I finally did move into my house after staying in a hotel for a while. So we live in a gated community. And things was cool at first. My best friend came down or whatever. We chilled for a little bit, but my neighborhood was weird. Like, I didn't really have no friends. Like, I still don't know anybody here in this neighborhood. So, I didn't replace my friends after that. Like, I didn't replace my best friend. I just stopped talking to everybody, and I was really sad. So I started staying in my room a lot. I got a new car for my birthday. This is all 2020. So I didn't really do much besides going to the beach. Like, that's the only thing I really like to do. So if I get free time after I do what I have to do when it comes to my dad and stuff like that, I'll go to the beach, probably play ball sometimes, or that's it. Like, that was what I used to do when I had my car, and then I sold my car. So 2021 my brother's in a relationship with this girl. So I'm still team his ex. Like, you feel me? I'm fake as hell when it comes to, like, these new females my brother would have. Because I feel like my best friend was always the person for him. I felt like there was nothing they could not get through in terms of their relationship, whether he feels like she did the most vital shit ever. I just feel like that relationship was so crazy that how can you guys not work through that shit, even though I wasn't involved? And I guess he felt like I was trying to always be there for her, but I was just thinking about the person that would have my brother's best interest at heart. Like, y'all shared an experience where you niggas could have almost died, you feel me? So that's how I always looked at it. It wasn't about just my best friend's happiness, because sometimes I would tell, like, you should leave him. Like, if you so unhappy, you should leave. Like, you feel me? I never really had no in-depth conversation with my brother, because my brother, he's very strong-minded. So when it comes to him and his life and the things, like, you see, I speak with fluidity too, but so does he. So when it comes to him and his choices and his decisions and the people that he want to be around, my brother's the type of person that he want to feel happiness all the time. Like, he don't want to be in a situation where people are making him feel a type of way. Like, you feel me? Because he love life. So I guess me being involved and all that other stuff was just too much for him, or it was like parenting shit, but I wasn't being a parent. It was more so like, y'all been together for so long. Like, you feel me? I was friends with all his other exes, but this girl, she came here. I just felt like her intentions was very sneaky. I feel like she wasn't being genuine. And I just think that from the moment. Yeah, I just think that from the moment that we basically interacted, like, I'm going to post the screenshots. Like, I was still being cordial, but I have this thing about myself where if I don't feel like I'm in a trusting situation, I'm going to play like a fox. Like, you feel me? Just make sure, like a rabbit, fox type shit, just see what's going on and just mind my business. So after all her staying here and stuff like that, she stole my shit. Like, you feel me? At first, she tried to steal my headscarf, and the shit is fake. So I remember that's the first thing I brought up to my brother, like, yo, I can't find my stuff. So stuff was going missing, and she was just doing these little things, and my brother was enabling her. So I went to him, like, I ain't even gonna lie. The last straw for me was my AirPods. So my AirPods went missing, right? So he's like, bro, do you really think that she would have to steal my, she got money, da-da-da-da. I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, I didn't even pay for them AirPods. So for me to overreact over something like that, and you know that niggas gave that to me and I don't pay for these type of things, I would never came to you ever once about my best friend stealing from me. I never said anything like that. Like, there's never been a time period where I ever act like that, like, towards my best friend, like, never. So he's moving weird, moving walk and all this dumb shit. She's flying back from here in New York, and then I find out that she knows my old neighbor. So she posted a picture like, oh, who wants to be a 5th grader? And I'm thinking to myself, like, what is she talking about? You feel me? Then I kind of find out, like, I didn't see the picture at first until after she flew back again. And I skipped the part. So this one day, she's doing her hair over, and I noticed that the tracks was old. Because when you flat iron your hair, you know the tracks is dirty when you could smell that shit. So when she's flat ironing her hair, I literally smelt the hair burning. So she asked us to use my wig cap. She's just trying to get information, trying to figure out who I am. Da-da-da-da. She goes on the phone, and she's on the phone. She says it's her gay best friend. Come to find out, this girl is dealing with a nigga that I used to deal with. Basically, the nigga that I cheated on my ex with, right? So I'm like, wow. I didn't find out all of this until, like, months later, because what happened was, once my ex basically, like, had no use for me, like, he was done with me, this, that, and the third, I reached out to this nigga. So he answers or whatever. We're FaceTiming. I'm telling him about my experience with Florida. I'm just, like, telling him, like, you know, I thought about that encounter we had or whatever the case may be. And, you know, I felt like he was my person, this, that, and the third. Like, I was on his body, like, it just wasn't nothing that I felt like I was being honest before, because I was just scared of him. I'm like, yo, I don't know, like, what type of good are you gonna serve me in my life? Like, I just feel like it was just this big ass mystery. Like, I was just left lusting and just wondering, like, what the situation would have been if I agreed to, like, be this man shorty or whatever the case may be. Because I was not just some, like, floozy that he just fucked on and that's it. Like, we went to the movies, we walked around our neighborhood, like, we was cool. Like, you feel me? It wasn't like, okay, I'm outside for the streets. And no matter how people try to emulate something about a woman right? There has to be factual things provided. So when somebody calls somebody a treesh or a hoe or this, that, and the third, there needs to be evidence provided. My neighborhood, or maybe anybody else's neighborhood, would probably bring up like, oh, when you was a kid, this, that, and the third. People are kids. I'm a grown-ass woman. So if somebody can't say something in present time like, oh, you've been dealing with this X, Y, and Z like now, then it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really apply. You get what I'm saying? So with me, he basically turned it down. I always remember this because he's like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you found yourself and you feel like this, that, and the third. But I'm just focused on myself. I remember that. And I ain't going to lie. That shit bust my brain because I'm just thinking to myself like, damn, like, it's not even that deep. Like, and he mad smooth with it because he not ugly. He's mad fine. So he like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm glad you finding yourself. That shit always made me laugh. So after that, wherever they at, and I looked through his glasses because I pre'd his page. I looked through his glasses. He's with this bitch. I said, oh, my mouth dropped. Everything started making sense. So I go to California for like 3 days. And I'm staying in the hood, right? Because I'm thinking like, you know what? No matter where I travel, I'm not scared to stay in the hood. So when people be like, oh, I would never stay this, that, and the third. Like, you're a foreigner. So I feel like being in New York City, if you could survive New York, you could survive anywhere. I feel like New York and LA are they're so similar. The only thing that is different is their gang culture. They're more dead ass. But for me, I'm like, yo, I was staying in Arlington Heights. So I don't really, it's a prominently Spanish neighborhood. So I didn't really see no black people over there. But I'm over there minding my business, take the Uber to the store, probably walk around. I did not care. 'Cause I'm thinking to myself like, I'm not better than nobody where I have to stay in Beverly Hills or Rodeo Drive and all that. Like, it's no place I cannot go. So when I went over there, I'm just having fun. Like, I'm unaware when my friend came pick me up that I'm in the hood for real. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, what's the problem? Like, this is nice. I buy a house over here. It's giving me GTA. So I stayed out there for 2 days, came back, and then the girl and my brother left. This bitch took out loans in my name. Like, you feel me? She took loans out of my name. And people could say this is snitching or me talking about it, but the story gets worse. You have to tune into this shit. So after this, I'm unaware at the time that there's loans in my name. Like, the way that I found out to search up my name is Facebook. So people are on Facebook making jokes. And they're like, yo, you better hope nobody took a loan on your name. You better watch your ops. Better count your days. Or I key this, that, and the third. So I'm just thinking like, damn. Niggas is getting greased. I go, I search, I see my name. I said, what the fuck? So I tell my dad what's going on. He's like, yo, yeah. So I check, I see my name, right? But my father's like, don't worry about it. It's probably not even your name. But I seen that it was approved the day that I came back. Like the day after I came back or the day that I came back. And then all of a sudden, Shorty's in Vegas. So like for me, I didn't really know much about the girl for me to know that she was traveling from state to state because she's young. So I never knew what this girl did with herself. I didn't really give a fuck. Like, my main concern with my brother's new relationship was the fact that, like, I'm not going to say I probably was always in his business, but that's just how we was raised. We was basically joined to the hip. Like, that's how it was. My brother probably has his own views of what our relationship was, but I was always there. Like, I was always there. I can't think of a time that my brother was not around me. Like, you feel me? Like, that's probably one of the reasons why he felt like, you know what, you're always in my business, you're always doing too much, but it's like there's people whose family don't give a fuck about them. Like, you feel me? So me, constantly being around and in your business, that's a good sister. Maybe it's wrong, but that's how we was raised. Like, my brother wasn't that nigga that was going to the clubs in Brooklyn for real. He wasn't one of them people that was driving around and flexing and all this other stuff. Like, he mind his business, smoke his weed, and just chill out for real. So for me to see him finally spread his wings and go places, I'm having fear because there's people out here in this world that has fraudulent and bad intentions, and that girl ended up being one of them people. So this whole situation done passed by. So I'm unaware of the drama that's being done behind my back. I'm unaware of this girl having a problem with me. I'm unaware that an incident as a child caught up with me. So when I was younger, I was one of them bad kids. I was mad bad, like super bad. Not as bad as like the people that I'm cool with be telling me stuff, but I stole a bike. I used to steal from stores and stuff like that. So I stole a bike from 2 kids. Me and my friend stole a bike. And what's funny is I always think about that shit because this situation is surrounding that. So I've been thinking about it ever since this girl left. So I've been thinking about the situation ever since the girl left, right? Because I started getting like all this fake hate from people I don't even know. And shortly after that, her people's moved into my neighborhood. So once that became a thing, I was wondering, like, when was this going to be a situation where there was going to be room for a mediation? Like, when was the conversation going to be held? And that's when my father's house got damaged. Like, his property got damaged. I mean, we started experiencing plumbing issues, and I didn't understand that because it's a brand new home. And then my neighbor put a racist statue outside of his home. It was just a bunch of clownery and fuckery. And for me, like, I did not understand what this girl's agenda was, because it's like, if you're mad about a bicycle, you would have stood on that. You would have said, I got problems with you because of this situation. I got problems with you for this, that, and the third. But stealing from me, acting like you're getting back, it's not get back if the person don't know. And then again, I can't even sit there and make rules about how somebody choose to get revenge. But I just thought it was dumb. And then her still being with the nigga and just acting like, you know what, we're fighting over a man. I will never fight over a man. I feel like if a man loves me, a man likes me, respects me, then it's only going to be me. You're going to focus on you're going to focus on just wanting peace. Like, that's going to be the most important thing. A man is going to be attracted to where he finds the most peace at. So I would never be in the essence of having to compete with women. And there's been moments of time where I've been catty with girls, like with my ex and the new girls he was dealing with. They were so ratchet and it's not wrong with being ratchet, but they was fake ratchet. Like, acting like they was like that, but then when I want to fight or if I want to do something, nobody want to do shit. Like, I'm gonna post the screenshots too, because it's just a joke. Like, I just don't understand in the essence of people having problems and not standing on it. I believe in standing on business. Like, that's really how I feel when it comes to everything. I don't have to be a gang member. I don't have to be somebody that's like, you know, out there to know that I'm going to stand behind everything I do, I say, and what I love, because I just feel like, you know, that's energy. So what I put my time into is my goals, and whether there's money coming or not, I'm still focused on being the better version of myself every day. But I will never let nobody think that I won't stoop to their level of standing up for myself when you're trying to bring me down in a way that you can't even be honest about. So for the last 3 years, this has been going on where her people's moved into my neighborhood and they're acting like I done shot the nigga. We took his bike. You feel me? We took his bike. And for them to be like, they showed up to my job, all type of stuff. It's just fake outrage for me. Like, you know, and then I called the police because the lady rang my doorbell. So I'm confused. Like, what conversation do you want to have after you walked past me and said what you said? So I called the police and she said she ain't know. So I egged her crib. This lady fucked around, called the police again. And then when I explained what happened, she's like, oh, we don't know what she's talking about. She's lying. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, okay, if that motherfucker got a body camera on. So if you ever at any point in time in your life try to sue me, all I got to do is find out what officer was there that day, look at the body camera, and you're on camera. So now it just makes no sense. You moved here for no reason, and you're not even standing on what you moved here for. So I'm confused about how I'm a liar, how I'm all these things, and it's not even the worst part. So I had OnlyFans. And they're subscribing to my OnlyFans. They put in pictures as OJ Simpson. I guess her and the niggas stole my pictures and they trying to make money off of it. It's some fake page with my booty pictures. And I'm not mad about it. Like, get your money, get it how you live. But it's just the fact that, like, I'm just in my crib all the time. So imagine somebody that's acting like they don't have a problem and they're not obsessed with my life. And you're stalking me on explicit page. You're watching my videos. You're trying to act like you're better than me. The girl done lost so much weight. She looks scary. Like, you heard that? Scary. Like, she looks scary. So all of these tactics that they was doing, it made no sense because nobody's being honest. So I'm just confused. Is it about a bike? Is it about your nigga? Is it about what? Like, what is really going on, right? So after that, I had to deal with, like, you know, anybody that come around me, like any guys or whatever, like, I don't know who to trust. I have not been in a relationship since my ex, and that was 3 years ago. I have not had a boyfriend. You feel me? They even tried to make fun of my lips. Like, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with my lips? You see that? A little ashy, but what's wrong with my lips? I'm confused. What's wrong? So I just went through the most. I even had problems with a girl who's viral, like who's really known in the hood, like really known. Like she's not from my neighborhood, but she's known, and she's wearing my jacket. She's wearing my clothes. I wrote her ex nigga. I wrote her. Nobody's responded. Like she turned the comments off. I'm not even gonna say her name because I want her to like understand that you never knew me. So imagine you going to my friend's house, recording his cat, and just being like, I don't know, being weird, and you don't even know the person. That's your problem. I'm not giving you any clout. I'm not even giving any light to you outside of acknowledging the situation. I never seen this girl a day in my life. She goes to my neighborhood. She takes a picture in front of Pop Smoke's. I thought it was the most, yeah. She go in front of the Pop Smoke's mirror, throwing up bloods and all this dumb shit. I'm confused. Like, you're a woman. You're a lady, right? Unless you're blood, unless you're Crip, you should not be throwing up gang signs. That's not cute, right? You feel me? Like, unless your nigga is whatever he is. But even then, in that instance, you're not going to want to do those things. So I'm just like, I'm confused. Like, there's literally no pictures of me on my Facebook or ever in present time of me throwing up gang signs. Because you know why? I feel like people in sets and gangs take that very serious. So once you mark yourself and identify yourself as that, that's what you are. Now, if you didn't get jumped in, you didn't get a train ran on you, or nobody like blessed you to be into a gang, you should not be doing that. Hold yourself with some respect. And I love ratchet women. You get me? I love ratchet women. Suki Hana, Sexy Red, Summer Walker, all the women that embody like, you know, just being free and, you know, not the normal. Yeah, my camera keep cutting off. It says I don't have no storage, but I do. So yeah, just all this bullshit. So they're doing this. She even came to Florida, right? But it's no smoke. Like, how can you beef with somebody you don't know? You feel me? There's no ties to anything. You don't know me. I know she dealt with my ex, but it's like, that has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had a new boyfriend, my ex is no longer my responsibility. You have no rights to know what's going on with my life. So if I leave a situation, I'm not bringing drama to nobody. So I had to deal with that. She's hanging out with people that know friends of friends of friends, but they're not my friends. They're just acquaintances. So it was just all this bullshit throughout 2021, 2022 of me being here. And this is all happening while I'm inside my house. Like, I'm not anywhere. Like, I have not been back to New York in 3 years. And I've been dying to go back to New York because I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's not that serious. Like, when people act like, oh, you know, New York is so dangerous, it's only dangerous if you make it that way. But the same way I went to Texas, I went to Cali, was not strapped up. I'm just minding my business as a woman. It is not that dangerous if people try to make it seem. You have to literally put yourself in drama and fuckery. And I'm not that type of person. So for me, I was pissed. Like, if I didn't have my weed around that time period, I don't know what I would have did, because I was just stressed out. Like, I'm trying to figure out, why is all this stuff happening and nobody wants to stand on anything that they're saying? Why is all this bullshit just happening in the background and nobody is standing on it? So after that, like, I'm still pursuing my OnlyFans stuff, but then I realized, like, that's not what I want to do. So, you know, I'm just battling back and forth with that situation, dealing with the guy that has my content, because I don't have nothing bad to say in terms to him. Like, my last video, it just made me sad that we did not work out because of like distance and whatever, but I'm not tripping over it, because I feel like in the future, like when it comes to me in a relationship, if someone is really yeah. So this video is gonna be like punched in, because my storage is bad. I got a whole bunch of memes from TikTok and like other stuff and screenshots and just funny stuff on my phone, so that's why I need to delete them. But they be funny, so I keep them when I'm sad or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to my love life, like in the future, when it comes to whoever I'm gonna be with, like everything's gonna have balance. Like, we're both gonna understand the stuff I've been through is not going to be projected onto them, but I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like you deserve to know that if you're pursuing me. So I'm not tripping over the fact that me and that guy didn't work out. I did back then, or whatever the case may be. Same thing goes for this other guy I was dealing with, who was really like, he's from my neighborhood. Like, I really, like, I'm not gonna lie, this was my middle school crush. Like, he was one of the boys I really liked. He was not on my floor, but I just, like, I really loved him. Like I really, really, really liked this boy. And then I seen him again once I came down here or whatever, like, and I'm the only person that was testing his gangster, because I just felt like I don't care about that dumb shit. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Yeah, so I'm just feeling like, you know, this is the dude that I want to be with. Like, I really like him. or whatever. But I was dubbing him because I'm scared. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to come to your doorstep with no bullshit. I don't want to bring you around drama. I don't know what's going on in my life. Like, I literally don't know what's going on. Half the time I'm high as hell because I'm just in my crib chilling. Like, this is not something I could control because I don't know what these people's objective was. So for me to sit here and be going through these things, how can I have accountability for something nobody's making aware of? And once I finally did find out what was going on, and not only am I sitting here 2 years later upset, it's just like, to no avail, what's the end result? Because I went through a lot. I went through a lot. So I haven't been able to have a relationship or, do anything for real. And I want to travel and go places and stuff like that. And he blocked me too. I was thinking about like hitting him up again, but I don't want to be that crazy girl where I'm just trying to show myself. I feel like everything will be reciprocated in the future. I don't have to do too much. Like, the only thing I have to do is be real. And this story time is because I feel like what I went through from stealing a bicycle as a kid to now as an adult, I feel like these people are not being real. I feel like they have malicious intents. There's too much other things that's not being made aware to me for me to understand why somebody would move into my neighborhood, why somebody would choose to not stand on it and, speak on it and bring light to it, and then try to make me look crazy and then act like I'm obsessed with their life or I want anything from them. I've never had to want anything outside of working a job and, trying to deal with my dysfunctional family. Now, when I speak on this, me and my brother was not the bestest of friends. You feel me? But I was always there for my brother. Maybe I should have tried more with having conversations with him, but my brother's a grown-ass man. When a man is grown, you can't tell them what to do. You can't do nothing besides hear them out, and then it's either you're going to try to have a conversation if they're ready, but my brother's very strong-minded, so I can't tell him nothing. So I just refrain from the things that I do say and don't say. Because it's just like, for the sake of arguing. And sometimes I just be so mad where it's like, I feel betrayed. I feel like, I would never put nobody on the outside in front of my family. Like, I die for my family. And this situation with these people in this neighborhood and all the stuff that I've been through, I really do believe that, God forbid, it does turn into a legal situation. I don't care about people going to jail. My thing is accountability. Like, if you said something about me or you felt like I've wronged you, you should make me be held accountable for it in a court of law, if that's what you're trying to do. But don't make it seem like I'm mentally ill or crazy or I'm a stalker or, do you see me? Like, and it's not me being conceited, but I just need people to understand, like, I'm somebody that minds their business. I'm 26 years young, right? I'm 26 years old, and I'm not fixated on a goddamn thing outside of making my dreams a reality and outside of learning what this world is for me. Like, what is my purpose on this earth? And sometimes I've been encountering people, well, all the time I've been encountering people, some broken, some people healed, some people that so far align with their destiny and stuff like that, that I feel like I need to try harder. But these are obstacles that I had to go through because I'm destined to do amazing things. So this situation was meant to hinder me, or it was meant to make me look bad. And I feel like it helped me mentally because I'm not my mistakes, and these people are not their mistakes either. When you look at their social medias, they have good families, they take trips, they have stuff that I would die for. You feel me? So for people to act like I owe them something, or I have to prove myself, or what my father has or worked hard belongs to somebody else, it's not okay. And I just feel like I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired of when I go outside, I feel bombarded with these emotions, or I'm not able to use the amenities that my father paid for. I feel like it shouldn't be a competition, or if I go there, I'm feeling like I gotta watch my back or something like that, which I really don't be watching my back for real. I don't care. I feel like if somebody's gonna do something, they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we real, right? If you're beefing with somebody, it's real. You're not going to be on some backdoor stuff. And that's how I am. Like, I will never be around somebody I don't like. I won't ever be around somebody I don't like. And I'm the type of person that in order for me to be around you, I have to let you know what's going on. Like, I'm the type of person that I'll hear everything, trust nothing. And this is a life that I had to live for the last 3 years. And I live in a nice neighborhood, white people. I live in a nice neighborhood with dogs, kids playing, the grass is green. Now mine's, it just started growing back. But I live in a very nice town. Like the neighborhood that I live in, the place that I live in is very nice. It's very peaceful. So I don't understand where's the time for drama, crime, all this other stuff. Like, this is a place where you grow your kids, you work a job, or you retire. Like, that's what I was thinking when I came down here. My fault about the be at the pool and stuff like that, and in a golf cart or something, just driving around. I'm not thinking like, yo, this is my reality of me being exploited, me having to explain myself in situations, me unable to secure a relationship, friends, or even any type of financial stability when I have all these plans. I have all these things that I'm trying to do, and I'm very organized. So I'm super confused about why I have not gotten to where I want. Does that make me less of an entrepreneur? I don't think so. Does it make me less of a human being? I don't think so. And all of the crazy shit that I've said about these people to my friends, texts, I had so much rage in me. I really do. I still have rage. Like, it's a normal response to what I'm going through. It just makes me feel like, damn, like, you know, the delay is going to make the results 10 times better. So that's why I feel like I'm not pushing to just want to give up. I'm not pushing where it's like, you know, I have to be quiet about it. In this situation, I've talked about it all the time, even around my brother. Like, I want him to know, like, I don't want to be fake and act like, you know, I don't know what niggas did. Like, we could still be cool, but I'm going to speak on it. Like, I don't expect him to be on some shit where it's like, he see where I'm coming from. Maybe he feel like how he feel. So maybe this has to go someplace into a legal proceeding where people tell me what's going on. Like, we discuss these things and we move forward. Whether people go to jail, whether people get sued, that's what it's going to be. But I'm not concerned about, like, when I leave outside of my crib, I'm not fearful for my safety, because in my eyes, I've done nothing wrong. So I don't see a reason why I would not be able to go wherever I want. I don't see a reason why I can't speak to whoever I want. And I don't see a reason why I can't have a relationship. So that's another thing too. But I also got to realize it's very important for me to not just jump into a relationship with anybody. I have to make sure that this person understands my trauma, I understand theirs, and that we're working towards something. And me being broke at any point in time should not be a reason why you would deter yourself from me, because I could be rich today and broke tomorrow. Are you going to be able to be comfortable with me in all phases of life? Like, when I'm sad, when I'm depressed, when I got money, when I don't got money, or just me going through whatever I'm going through? So those are the most important factors for me before I even have a boyfriend. Because I just feel like, also with me having OnlyFans, I feel like people may steer away from that and try to judge me, thinking like, you know, I'm a gold digger or I want money and stuff like that. My friend told me to do that, you know, and I'm not a gold digger where I feel like I'm gonna rob a man's pockets or make him pay for everything. Like, you know, I came from 2 hardworking parents, so I just want a trying person. That's it. And black, yeah, exclusively. Like, that's just my reality. So this is my story time of the bicycle, and I thought I was gonna, you know, I've recorded a video like this like last year, and I was so dramatic, so wild with it. But when I think about it, it's not even that crazy for it. It's just dumb. Like, I'm tired. This is some stupid ass bullshit. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I'm really beefing with people I don't even know. Like, what am I, you know, like, you know, when you go through something over and over again, it becomes insanity. But then once you realize, like, you unlock the key to everything, all those feelings of moving like a moron and, oh, I want to do this. Like, I really egged this lady crib. I could have threw a brick. I was thinking about that at first. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this lady. I'm going to throw a brick in her car. I'm going to do all these things. And I changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I know she a liar. Let me egg her crib. I know she going to call the cops. What she did, she called the cops. And she told the cops, she don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, boom. After that, went and got a slushie. Because it was just like, yo, this is dumb. So now I'm just at a point where I'm not bothered anymore. I'm not easily disturbed. The only person that could really hurt my feelings on everything I love is my dad and my brother. So when my brother and me argue, it just feels like, damn, we're never going to be cool. We're never going to, our kids, if I have kids again, like if I ever have a child, my child's not going to be around their uncle. We're not going to be going to each other's cribs. We're not going to be taking trips. We're not going to be doing anything. Like, I'm really going to be by myself. Like, and I've been by myself since the first time he left, but now it's just like, damn, it's more apparent of what this reality is. And my dad says it all the time, like, you guys not close. We tried everything. You know how disappointing that sounds? Like, I have no closeness to my brother. Like, there's no relationship anymore. And I'm just confused. Like, how can a move take away the balance that we had in our crib. Like, his room in the basement, my room is upstairs. All our friends is coming over. We getting high as hell. We having fun. You feel me? It was crazy over there. Like that. That's why I'm saying, like, I felt like coming to Florida, I had to change myself because I'm from Brooklyn. There's nothing wrong with being loud, rambunctious, and fun and spunky. There's nothing wrong with smoking weed. There's nothing wrong with drinking from time to time. There's nothing wrong with having fun. There's nothing wrong with living life. Like, life is meant to be lived. And I felt like I wanted to change myself for a neighborhood that wasn't even accepting. You know, like, this whole entire time I have not been accepted in this neighborhood where people damaged my father's property. Racist statues was placed outside, and I was dealing with harassment on the Wi-Fi, and you can't make it right. You feel me? I feel like there's nothing I want. There's nothing I want to make it right. I just want people to know my story of what I went through. And I feel like whether some people feel like I'm guilty of this and all this other stuff. And I also didn't talk about the other stuff that this girl accused me of. Like, you know, sexual misconduct or something like that as a kid. Like, for you to speak on me and say something so disrespectful, so disgusting, and then hide after that, it's so fucked up, because it's just so malicious, where it's like, not only are you trying to fuck up my reputation, you're trying to take away whatever I'm trying to do, you know? And I lost lyric books. I had my social security card taken, my birth certificate, all these things. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what type of anger do you have inside of you outside of jealousy? You feel me? Because I don't feel like her brother's disability. I didn't also mention that too, which I should have. Her brother has autism, right? I was unaware of the time that he was autistic. So when we stole a bike as kids, we're not thinking like we're targeting these people because of their disabilities. We're stealing bikes because we didn't have one, and we just got finished going someplace else taking something. So you get what I'm saying? And now me and my friend changed our lives. We weren't gang members. We just were thieves. We just fuck around and stole something, like, you know. And I understand if somebody's mad about that, but for you to go as far as that you did, you're not protecting your brother. You're not getting back. You're not up 1,000 points. It still boils down to that we're still sharing something. You can never take back the fact that I laid down with your man. And whether y'all were together or not, that was never clear. You were never a factor. And I was never going to be that boy's girlfriend. So with me making this message, it's just for people to be aware of their decisions and their choices. Like, I'm comfortable with my truth. I'm comfortable with who I am as an individual. And I just feel like moving forward with my life, I don't owe nobody an apology, because all the stuff that I went through, you know, maybe I owe her brother an apology. Maybe that bike meant a lot to him. So this video, I have no problem apologizing to her brother, but to the other boy who was down here, who walked past my crib, who spoke on my life, I'm not sorry to you. I'm not sorry to your mother. I'm not sorry to anybody that decided that they want to move into my neighborhood and do harm to me. Now, Shayla's brother, because I'm my name dropping, I'm sorry to you, you know, because it's not your fault you have a disability. I'm diagnosed with ADHD and supposedly bipolar disorder, but I don't show anything on the spectrum of being bipolar. So I already got re-diagnosed for that before. So all of these things in terms of my life, the only thing I can do is move forward. This is my truth. This is my story. And my platform, my YouTube page, is going to be me having fun, me dropping music, me doing things. And I don't feel like this is something that I'm going to be in a mental prison. I'm not in a prison. I'm not locked up. That's not my future. And I don't have to validate myself to say that I'm a good person. I know what I do every day. And I'm just grateful that, you know, it didn't go to the extreme where I don't have my life. Or, you know, I'm trapped with a baby and I'm going through this, because I would kill for my kid. So that's why I was thinking at a point in time, maybe all this would be... Yeah, my camera cut out again, but that's it. Like I said before, I thought that this was gonna be crazy, but it's really not. Or maybe it's just because I think I'm growing, because even when I do be getting mad now, it's not to the point where it's just mad rage. Like, I just be at a point where I just be speaking the truth, because I just see through what the world is. I just see what's going on with everything. Like, I don't have it in me. It's a lot of stuff I don't have in me to just turn up like I used to do, or want to fight and stuff like that. And me and my brother, we used to fight all the time. Like, that's really what it is. Like, we're not the type of people that we gonna let somebody say something to us, and you feel me? Me and my brother be fist fight, all that arguing, or like on some real stuff. Like, if you from New York, everybody in Brooklyn, especially because that's the only place I know for real, because I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Canarsie. We're like that. Like, so when it comes to arguing with your family and stuff like that, to an outsider looking in, it's like, wow, that's so crazy. This is normal. Like, this is the loudness, the arguing, the back and forth, the unhealthy toxic. That's normal. To us, it's normal. So that's why I'm saying, like, when people say, oh, you're not cool with your family, that's crazy. Like, this is what we're used to. This is the environment that we created for ourselves. So this is my story time. I think I talked about everything. Remember, I said I got ADHD, so it might be all over the place, but it's not that crazy like I thought, like, to be honest. Because I'm trying to think, like, did I get everything? I think I did. Yeah. I feel like other stuff had happened too, but it's not, I wanted to speak on the main points that's important. Like, you know, it's just dumb shit. So this is my other video for today. I'm going to post more content and, like, other things too, like cooking videos. That's what I'm really, like, doing right now, is the cooking videos and my makeup videos and other stuff. Like, I'm just looking forward to life. Like, I don't want no drama. Like, that's it. I don't want no drama. I'm single. Like, life is good for me right now. So I just think, like, in order to get my ducks in a row, I'm focused on that. I'm working towards that. But there's no drama in terms of my life. I'm not bringing drama to nobody, and I want to keep it that way because that's how you stay looking young. So I don't have time to be wishing bad on people. I don't have time to be just fixated on, you know, negativity. This is something that bothers me, and I just felt like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to speak on it, drop a few receipts, and then just move forward with it. Because once it's out there, I feel like it's out there already. There's no turning back from anybody trying to say I'm capping or I'm just crazy. And that's my problem right now, is that these people tried to act like I was crazy when you basically just came out of nowhere. Like, it's like all the drama fell from the sky. So how can you say that I'm this person? It doesn't make any sense. So that's it. Later, guys.